You work as a maid for the great demon king Jungkook. You are in love with him and confessed your love to him. But he found it funny. A mere human, a maid in his castle, is in love with the only demon. But you believe that he loved you since he only does it with you and not with other maids. Good morning, Hansi, Jungkook said, his voice scratchy and low. You stared at him, realizing what position you guys currently in. You felt blush consume your face. Jungkook just tightened his grip on your waist. Please let go so I can get off, you said quietly. Why get off? You know, we could have a little fun, Jungkook suggested, his left hand slowly going down to rest on your back. He gave you a little squeeze, causing a tiny whimper to fall from your lips. You started to feel something poking at your thigh, making your mind go wild. I don't want to, you mumbled quietly. Jungkook's eyes flashed dangerously. In a second, you were pinned under him. Jungkook had a smirk on his lips. Do I look like I care? He asked slowly, his voice making you shiver. I need to brush my teeth first, you blurted out, looking up at him with innocent eyes. Jungkook stared at you like you were stupid. You really think your morning breath is going to stop me? I know you don't care about it, but I do. At least let me brush my teeth, you pleaded. Jungkook rolled his eyes and got off you. You better hurry, I'll be waiting. You went into your room, slamming the door shut. All you need to do was brush your teeth and go back. You dragged your feet towards his room. You took 13 minutes to get out of your room. He's definitely going to be mad. You got close to his door, but before you knocked, you heard low voices. Ella, I forgot how good you are at this. And I almost forgot how good you were. It has been a while. The worst thing was that you looked into the room watching as Ella did Jungkook. He looked so blissful. His eyes closed while his mouth was slightly opened. Your heart felt like it died a little, but you ignored it, walking all the way to the kitchen. You should have seen this coming. He's not yours, so he can do whatever he wants. Jimin was already there in the kitchen when you came. You grabbed a strawberry and slowly biting into it, your mouth watering at the delicious taste. Jimin stared at you, his eyes fixed on your lips. You were oblivious of the stare he was giving you, his eyes hungry, devouring your figure. You finally looked up, raising an eyebrow at him. If you want one, go ahead, you sighed, extending the bowl to him. I'm not allowed to kiss you, plus I'm also imagining what your lips would look like around my... Then you back up into someone's chest, their hands gripping your waist. There was a low devilish laugh next to your ear. Jimin looked like he was 2 seconds away from dying himself. Wyan's point of view. Jimin, what did you imagine? I didn't get it. Jungkook mocked Jimin. Your Majesty, it's nothing important, he said, avoiding the king's eyes. Oh, is that so? You know, I hate the people who lie, brother. Jungkook's eyes were glowing red. You realized things are getting worse. Your Majesty, I'm the one to blame. I tried to seduce Jimin, that's what happened. Jimin did nothing wrong, it's my mistake. You stared at Jimin, but he didn't do anything, just standing there and staring at Jungkook with fearful eyes. How is he so scared of him? Jimin, I know what really happened. It was pretty noble of you, Wyan. You hear that, Jimin? I think someone likes you, Jungkook said, resting his chin on your shoulder while staring at Jimin. So, Jungkook pushed you towards Jimin. Kiss him. Go ahead. You know damn well you wanted to, Jungkook said, testing you. Your Majesty, I don't want to get in trouble. Don't worry, Jimin. Whatever decision she makes is only her problem. You'll be able to walk out of here with no consequences, Jungkook said, staring at you. You looked back at him, thinking hard about your decision. If you're being honest with yourself, you wanted to make him mad, not because you're dumb, but the fact that he gets so mad means he must be some type of jealous, and that made you feel important. You took a very risky decision, winking at Jungkook and turning towards Jimin. You grabbed him, smashing your lips onto his. Jimin let out a surprised gasp, not be able to hold himself back as he kissed you. Jungkook watched, his eyes glowing more by the second as he got angrier. He wants to hurt you. You deliberately winked at him before kissing Jimin, knowing that it would make him more angrier than he was. Why would you do that though? That's enough! Jungkook growled, staring down at a panicked Jimin. It only took a second for Jungkook to snap his neck, his body falling to the ground with a loud thump. Your mood changed drastically, your eyes widened and jaw dropping. Jungkook, you said he wasn't going to have any consequences. You shouted, not even realizing that you said his name. Jungkook glared at you. He grabbed you by your throat and pushed you into the wall, holding you in place. What would you just call me? I called you by your name, master, you said, holding onto his hand and staring at him. That is very correct. What makes you think you can do that? Do you think you're special or even important? He asked slowly. No, you whimpered out, feeling his hand tighten around your throat. If you weren't so scared at the moment, it would honestly turn you on. Jungkook stared for a small moment, tilting his head to the side, reading your mind. You wanted me jealous? You actually think that it makes me jealous? Are you really that dense? I own you, which makes you mine. I don't like sharing my things. That's all you are to me, a thing. Your heart felt like it was just torn out of your chest, and you willingly let out a small whimper. Jungkook noticed this, starting to feel the slightest bit of guilt. He knew how you felt about him, and he says something like that. I know, you mumbled quietly, refusing to cry in front of him again. Every single fiber in his body was telling him to apologize, but he didn't want to. After all, he's a king who shouldn't have to apologize. But you're a person who has feelings. Jungkook rolled his eyes, letting go of your throat and throwing you over his shoulder. Jungkook entered his room, throwing you down on his bed, starting to unbuckle his belt. You watched, almost feeling annoyed. Haven't you had enough? You asked quietly, staring up at him. Jungkook raised an eyebrow, then smirked. Oh, so you must have saw or heard me and Ella, huh? Jungkook asked, unbuttoning his pants. You started to blush, your face already turned completely red. Yes? Well, you took too long and she came to replace you. Big deal? Jungkook said huskily, slowly unbuttoning his dress shirt. You stared, watching him carefully. I don't care how you feel, but I'm mad and I need to let out my anger, he informed. He unzipped your dress and yanked it off you. Not even going to complain? He asked, staring at you. If I was to complain, you would do it anyways. I'm not even going to struggle. Do whatever you want. You gave in, throwing all of your dignity and pride in a box and locking it. I shall, he said lowly, forgetting about everything but the anger he wanted to suppress. Sleep well, Ryan, he said. Even though you were facing away from him, you noticed his eyes glowing so intensely, your eyebrows furrowed, wondering what would cause his emotions to go high like they are. Yes, master, you said quietly, your mind trying to find any possible solutions. I love you. Those 3 words left his lips quietly, but to you, it sounded like it echoed, and your whole body went numb, your heart almost stopping. You blinked rapidly, wondering if you actually heard him say that or it was all in your head. You turned around to face him, the tiniest smile on his face, his eyes already closed. Completely forgetting that he was a very temperamental person, you shook him by the shoulders, making him slowly open his eyes, his tiny smile still staying. "What?" he asked. Did I just? You didn't know what to say. You were in complete bewilderment. "Oh, come on, don't be that dense. It was kind of obvious," he chuckled, shaking his head at you. You stared at him baffled. "How the hell was it obvious?" "For how long?" you managed to ask. "Since you risked your life to save me from Yoongi Hyung," he mumbled. "If you had feelings for me since then, how could you say the things you said to me?" you asked, sitting down on the edge of his bed as he ate his fruit salad. "Because I'm a bad guy who has slight anger issues. You act as if I'm an angel who isn't a complete bad guy. I love all of my brothers and I treat them as if they are roaches," Jungkook stated, popping a grape in his mouth. "That's a different type of love though. Plus, you laughed at my face for having strong feelings for you." You shut up, remembering you were talking to. "Look, you are aware, or at least you should be aware, that I'm a complete bad guy. I mean, I have my reasons, and I don't really care much about people, so you should be happy," Jungkook informed, like you didn't know this already. "Says the man who saved me from dying by being drowned, healed my wounds with his magic, and when that one demon guy just badmouthed me and you almost tore his trachea out," you said. "Okay, but remember that time that I put you in the black room? Or like you earlier said about how I basically laughed in your face when you told me that you loved me, and I continued to say how stupid it was for you to think we could be together? Oh, and my favorite is when I decided to grab you in a way that actually hurts. I'm sure your jaw has almost been crushed a few times." You sat there wide-eyed, not expecting this. You even said it yourself, you have anger issues. "That's not even close to an excuse for my bad behavior," Jungkook laughed. "Well, obviously, it's nothing I can't handle. I somehow still managed to fall pretty hard for you even though you treated me the way you did," you defended. "You do have a point there," he mumbled, finishing off the rest of his breakfast. You set the bowl down, motioning you to come over to him, which you reluctantly did. He held you with one arm, forcing you to lay on his chest. "Are you going to be all loving now?" you asked, listening to his heartbeat. "I can't guarantee you that. It's fine. So, what does this make us now, huh?" You chuckled, feeling slightly giddy and actually happy that things are surprisingly going good. Let's see. "Well, I guess you can be mine," Jungkook chuckled. "Haven't I always been yours, master?" you questioned with a smirk. "Well, that was a different situation, but you're mine either way. And maybe I'll even let you call me by my name," Jungkook said, raising an eyebrow when you looked at him with a frown. "Maybe? Fine, you can call me by my name, but don't go blabbering around and doing so, because I still own you." He chuckled. You pursed your lips, causing him to quickly peck your lips. "That's not what I was doing that for," you said. "I know, but it was just so tempting." There were a few seconds of silence, the two of you laying there. "What if I have one of my little outbursts now? I really don't feel that bad before, but I lack any form of sympathy. It's not because I don't care about you, but such feelings are less for demons. Then I'll handle the same way I did before. I mean, I can't expect being in a relationship with a very temperamental and angry demon will be rainbows and flowers," you said, looking away from him. "I'll try my best to control my temper," he mumbled. "Oh, by the way, you do have sympathy. I'm sure of it," Because you have shown it like once or twice, or maybe a little more, you said. Jungkook mumbled an okay with a sure look on his face. But you shouldn't have killed Jimin. Now you were sad, tears running down your cheeks. You never imagined Jungkook will kill his brother. He is not dead, by the way. It was all just a show to scare you. He is a demon too. He cannot be killed that easily. Jungkook chuckled, seeing your I'm done face. You snuggled into him more, feeling relaxed and somehow safe. You don't have to control yourself, including your temper around me. I think the way you act, it is fine. You mumbled, not wanting to have him feeling guilty. Stop that. Stop what? Being so understanding, it's agitating. Jungkook chuckled, running a hand through your hair. Fine, I'll be a complete bad girl from now on. You stayed, pulling yourself away from him with a playful smile. He immediately pulled you back towards him, a stern look on his face. You stay right here, no moving, he mumbled. You smiled against his chest, letting out a small sigh. Even though it was starting to hit noon, you felt droopy, falling asleep on his chest. The love between the Demon King Jungkook and the human girl Wyan went along happily. This is the end of the story, dear readers. No more parts, and here is the happy ending. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day. Bye.